Has anybody ever told you you have a nice body for a woman so mature?
Well, yes, young man. My husband Charlie used to compliment me on my torso. He said it reminds him of a trap.
Il faudrait compter combien de rayons il y a, hein? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's 20, 20, no? And you have a circle with a point. The circle with a point in the alchemy is the symbol of gold. Is this solar system, solar. And the what I give to you, the calendar Aztec, no, have 20 symbols around the circle, like that. And then we need to say, in the mind is everything. It's not Aztec, it's not French, it's not alchemical, it's the mind. No? And the crop circle is the mind. Why there? Why this plant? Why not another plant?
Well, they use different plants.
Why not in the sun?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. It might go back to suggesting something about agriculture and the origin of civilization. Also, it might be that they're pointing towards, in the same way that we cultivate crops, we're also being cultivated as spiritual beings.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That is a key or what?
I mean, let me see.
26.
All right, so.
No one will be around you again.
You're going to cap off my car. You don't have to go nowhere.
I didn't use the
You have no right to touch my car. That's my property. We got to stay together. I got to take care of you. I'm not going anywhere.
Used to bigger things, wasn't it?
My son was big for his age.
Richard, if you had some money, enough money to travel a little safer, you'd get a second-hand car, like one of those campers. You could live in the back with curtains on it. And everything. Lots of young people live in there. It's safe. It's very safe. I ain't leaving. I ain't never leaving. I'm going to have to ask you to leave right away today, or else I'm going to have to take steps. You understand? If you don't go, I'm going to have to put you out.
None at all. No! That would ruin the whole thing.
I go! I never go!
I would like to know.
Never! Never!
Mr. Brandy. And not in attack.
Never!
Don't me now, honey. Or I go run.
Sorry. No deal, baby.
You hear? Never!
Not until you give me those keys.
I'm going never! Never!
Right. Let's be reptile.
Don't you be calling me climbing slipper with all that bacon fat squeezed on your side.
But in doing so, the Court of Appeals changed the law. Bottled water exports or exports of water in any form are hereby prohibited.
Which is very different from most uses of water, even agricultural uses have return flows, and it's available for reuse again and again. But once you put water in a bottle and you move it out of state, it's gone.
You made that a product, we invested, it's a private good. You can't take it from us anymore. It's too late, you open the door. Michigan is telling the world, come in and buy water rights here, and by the way, under this case, if you can demonstrate an economic benefit of shipping it somewhere else, you can have it. changing the way water has been perceived as a public resource in a way that we may not be able to retreat if we make a mistake. And that's the problem.
When you take water out of its natural water basin and then ship it or move it, we know something about the ecological fallout from that. We don't know the full picture.
What happened to the Aral Sea? The Aral Sea was a lake, in fact, that was so huge that they called it a sea. And the countries around of the old Soviet Union decided to grow cotton in the desert and started siphoning off this water. And it's almost completely gone now.
Company comes along and says, the impact of 210 million gallons a year in a tanker truck is no different than 210 million gallons a year in a bottle. And you already let the bottled water people do that, so you have to let us do that.
It's making me a bit sick. My guts start to fucking rumble.
Then perhaps you will enjoy this.
I cannot eat it.
You can, and you will.
I see myself by moonlight on the Lake of Lucerne, in a boat wandering through a leafy alley in the garden, and Beethoven's hands playing the Moonlight Sonata. He carved that sonata out of moonlight.
Was he in love when he wrote it?
Yes.
He married her?
No, he never found the wife he was looking for.
How do you know he was looking for a wife?
What man isn't? A sweetheart is a bottle of wine. A wife is a wine bottle.
Did Goethe write that?
Baudelaire. Beethoven and Goethe were good friends. Grip doesn't go for Beethoven.
Grip is tone deaf.
How did you know?
Elias, I watched his face when we were singing the other night.
You sang very well. Happiness was born a twin.
Lord Byron, my favorite poet.
Well, you baffle me. Intellect is seldom a feature of physical beauty. And that makes you a remarkable woman. The most interesting contradiction I've met in years. With a love of poetry, rare in this age of missiles. Would you like to visit where Byron wrote many of his famous sonnets?
No! Stop it, I want to help!
Outrageous.
I'm going to take you there
She
right
has
now.
deliberately manipulated events in order to protect the subject, Michael Lewis. She has interfered with every possible...
Both interfered. But that is our job. We are trying to find women and men emotionally and physically equipped for leadership. I would like you to look at his primary pattern. I believe that we have a suitable candidate for Killmaster in Michael Lewis.
He's not going to hurt you now.
Oh, yes, very promising. But we need more than
You want to
promises.
play too?
We have to
You
get
want
new
to play?
squad leaders. We're losing Killmasters faster than we can replace them. We are falling behind. And of course, we all know what happens to people who fall behind. There's no need a replacement of Easton's.
Why not use Friendlander? He's already equipped and trained.
Use every news yet. Not quite yet. We have something rather special in mind for our man Frontlander. Now,
Get it hard.
about this, Lewis person. If your fellow Lewis manages to qualify, I want him. Is that clear?
Take it all the way, right down to my ball.
Qualify him, and terminate him.
Oh, yeah.
Then you step to that edge, and you look down, and as you're going yourself, it's just this rush of air.
1,400 feet deep, 125 feet across at the top, widening out to 6 acres at the bottom. The shaft has the same dimensions as the Empire State Building. The Cave of Swallows gets its name from the birds that nest along its upper walls. Millions of them spiral out of the entrance at daybreak and return at dusk.
Too rough.
But what
You gotta
the
be
birds
nicer
find
to her.
easy
She's a good girl.
is tough with a parachute.
You good at that?
Positioning and timing are everything.
You gonna be okay now?
Underground, the jumpers risk getting disoriented.
When you jump underground, there are walls surrounding you. You will always face a wall.
A jumper has
Mommy's gonna
6.5
be mad at me
seconds
if I
to
don't
pull
go
the
home.
ripcord. Do it too late, and there's no time for the chute to
Listen, you
deploy.
guys stick around.
The
We'll
drop
be around
rate
here.
is
Maybe I'll come back and play with you
120 feet
tomorrow.
per second. At this speed, hitting the ground is like a car going headlong into a brick wall at 80 miles per hour.
Bye.
And when it's time to go back up,
We clip ourselves into an extraction rope, which is attached to a winch, and we can get 2 base jumpers out in about 10 minutes. And then we do it all again.
on our next stop on the journey, we're going 1,800 feet underground. Please, that is through.
That tears it. This can't be a coincidence.
What's happened to him? That's not the Nicky I know.
Maggie.
Jack, what are you doing here? Spying on me?
Now I see why you've been avoiding me all this time. You've got yourself a fancy new boyfriend.
Judd, things have changed. You're not the same boy I knew.
What do you mean?
You've become a killer, an executioner, and I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Now, I work for your brother. He's the one who pays me.
He's never ordered you to kill anyone. You've done it all by yourself.
Is that the story your brother tells you?
Yes, and I believe him.
Rena, come with me. We can go away.
No, let me go. It's too late. I told you. I don't want to be the wife of a gunman. Go away!
What?
Very beautiful weeks. I think most 2 wonderful weeks in my life.
Yeah, it's just been good for me too, Greg. I enjoyed it and everything. I enjoyed the music. Love is a difficult word to define or attach to someone.
Where you going, Judd?
You know, I have other relationships and...
Come on. Come on.
I thought I was special to you, Charlie. I thought you loved me.
You are, Jen, but I have other
I love you,
people
Charlie.
I'm involved with, and we can't get emotionally involved, Jenny.
I love you, Charlie. That's what you said. How can I justify it? Love me. I mean, it's not as if I'm trying to marry you or anything.
We have each other now, babe.
Where did you go?
were you?
I was praying. I pray before anything I do. I have a private chapel.
Chapel?
Yes, I have a chapel in my house. What's strange about that?
Oh, nothing, I guess. Only you don't usually find them in places I go.
I'm not surprised. You're a whore.
Hey, go easy.
I bet you don't find many honest, God-fearing men among the customers you associate with.
That's not true. One of my customers once took me to a mass.
So piety is not dead yet.
It's not what you think. It was a black mass.
A black mass?
Yes. It was an exciting evening.
How many times have you been?
Not often. A couple of times. It's a pretty weird experience.
Where was it?
In Paris, in some cave or other.
Give me the address.
I don't remember. Now, come on. Don't keep a lady waiting.
So you're in a hurry.
But if you want me to stay, we have to talk. A little business. Ouch.
I'll pay.
If you like, I'll stay with you until tomorrow.
I do like. Yes, you've got to stay here.
What are you doing?
Take off your clothes. Take off your clothes. You hear? Take off your clothes. Tell me.
Just friends, that's it.
Yes, friends. What friends?
Some of my friends who come to the discotheque.
Discotheque? Which?
You know it. It's the one in the cave.
Yes, their names.
There's Raymond.
Who else?
Anna. And
who else?
Paul.
Who else?
And
I want all the names.
Stop it, you're hurting me.
You've got to tell me the names. I want to know all the names. Tell me. Tell me. I've got to know.
Yes, you are. I wouldn't want my little friend to melt away. We'll visit you in winter, and then we can play. I'm not going to hurt you. Oh. We just spent the night together. Oh. I could have hurt you, but I didn't.
Bring in our pretty little friend. Do you remember our little friend from last night? You see how much happier she looks now.
Why are you running away?
Come towards me, Millie. Stop. Stop. Stop.
You did.
Hold out your hand.
You said it. Stand still!
Put it down. You see, Judy, she's absolutely obedient. Whatever my will desires.
He could have killed you.
What does your will desire?
Be careful.
You'll find out when it's
Him in your apartment. I told him exactly what to do. Exactly. Did he hurt you? Yes! No! Because I wouldn't let him! You're lying.
Still in Gama?
Have you seen?
How come you put off going?
One day more or less. What's it matter?
You going back to Italy?
How did you know I live in Italy?
You told me yesterday.
Oh, yes, so I did.
Show me.
You seem to be off somewhere in space.
Lift up your sweater.
What's the problem?
Show me what you're
Why'd you come here? What do you want to tell me?
What is he?
Nothing. I was just passing by.
No.
Understand?
You wanted to tell me something.
I want to
Maybe
hear
the
it.
moment's passed.
That time at
I
the
want to hear you
station,
say yes.
the night I arrived, when you saw
I
me,
understand.
you looked at me in a funny way, as if you knew me already.
I don't remember.
You never seen me before, had you?
I don't think so. Why? Do you think we've met before?
No, I never saw you in my life.
Not me. I wouldn't have forgotten you. Do you have to leave tomorrow? Is someone waiting for you in Italy?
No.
Well then. Stay. One day more or less, you said so yourself.
Speak up.
I was waiting for you.
I can hear you.
I had a feeling you'd come. You didn't just happen to be passing.
Just be easy, okay? Jennifer?
Jennifer Phillips.
I understand.
I'm 13, and I go to junior high school next year. I'm kind of into gymnastics.
You shy, Jennifer?
What I want to be. At least I like somebody I know. Then I feed him to Fred.
Oh, terrific, terrific. She's perfect. David will be a co-star. Jennifer, I told you. Howard showed me this. He's exactly right. Yeah.
You mean this is like movies?
Well, David's done a lot. We'll make this stop. Now, how would you like?
I don't know.
Dennis? You might why don't you guys play with Fred for a while? Get acquainted.
Blanche?
Sure you can.
Listen, kid. Give them what they want. A little skin, some action, sweet taste, smile. You'll be the first on the block to get anything you need. Well, I think old Jennifer wants to play with, what's his name again? Fred. Fred, remember? Fred jump over that handle. How long you lived here? 6 months. All this? Oh, no. I meant I've been acting for 6 months. Me and 2 other guys lived in this apartment. A girl was with us.
And
hey, is how we gonna set you up in our place?
Sent to juvenile
I live with my mom. She's a waitress.
No, listen, I made a mistake. She's not for you. She's
her grandmother, Britta Warnos, passed away. Her grandfather decided that he'd had enough of the difficult teenager.
Shortly after her grandmother's death, her grandfather basically kicked her out of the house.
He said, don't you step another foot back in this house, because I can't deal with you kids again.
Eileen and Keith left home at the same time. He stayed with friends in the neighborhood, and she struck out on her own, using the only tools she knew to survive.
So at 15, she hit the road and earned her living prostituting.
When she lived on the road, she truly lived on the road. She didn't have nowhere to go.
I think most people in the neighborhood probably had it, but she was gone. It sounds bad now, but she didn't have that many friends anyway.
Stop it!
Eileen Warnos would spend the next 2 decades trying to find a place to call home, even as her life spiraled more and more out of control. In 1971, 15-year-old Eileen Warnos was kicked out of her grandparents' house in Troy, Michigan. The troubled teenager headed west, hitchhiking on the interstates.
As though someone
Lord,
was
I hit the
spinning
road
me
at
from
around
the
16,
inside.
aimlessly everywhere
It was like
but
he
going
got his hand
nowhere.
inside me and was
pulling at my kidneys from a soul. And then as sudden as it came, it stopped. You know where I was? You know where I was? You know where I was? In the corner. And that music had stopped.
Look, do you think you could fix some steel tips, not breakers, but the leather heel type with the leather filler? Well, look, why don't I do it? And then, well, then you can go home.
No bed sores.
Joe?
Clear. Pulse. Clear. Why do you keep having to push them buttons?
Sometimes things need to be reset.
You ever have to reset a prolapsed anus? Do you know what that is? Have you ever had to deal with a prolapsed anus? Chief? Did they teach you that in your school? You know, ladies get that lesson? I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little lesson. Prolapsed anus is when the anus, which is a muscle, gives out after years of abuse. Get back! Comes out of the rear and hangs like a slack bag of tissue. Get back, I told you! Like a person.
Oh, please let me eat.
You won't get it!
Only tiny bit. Please, I'm starving. Let me eat what's in
To make your anus
Get
back,
so
bitch!
hungry, I'm starving. Let me eat. Please. Oh, I'm starving. I'm starving.
Get down, you dog!
Have a little pity, see?
Back, dog! Anus and Andy. Nothing?
Oh, please. I promise I'll do whatever you want. Let me eat a bit. I'm so hungry if I could only eat.
Shut up, slut!
I'll do anything for food. Anything.
Drop dead, you! So you changed my dad?
I must eat, I must.
Get slut! Clean his asshole. Take his shit in a bag. Throw it out. Put it down the toilet. Get down, bitch! Will you shut your big mouth, you stupid whore?
You're not going to let me starve to death. Kill me.
Silence! You're going to stay there as long as I want you to, and you'll eat when I let you. And then you forgot. You filthy whore. Worrying about your life, and you start biting your fingernails, and this shit gets in your mouth. You won't starve to death. I'll whip you to death first. Make sure you wash them hands.
Let me have it. Oh, I must eat something, you understand? I only want a bit of it, to touch it, to smell it. Give me the dish, tell me what I must do. Then I can eat. Oh, you must tell what I have to do. Please, I'll do anything. Please help me. I eat just a little. I must eat now.
Yeah, hey. Don't worry, man. I'm not going to touch you. I'm not going to stop you from anything. Everything's cool. I'm going to take this with me. It's a shrine. I need it for meditation. The truth. The truth is in the fire. Listen, Steve, your sister is here. You know what I just said? That's really true? You're a little high, so absolute concentration. You can see the flame. Your sister is here. We've been looking all over for you. Your sister is here.
Thank you, Father, and I appreciate your concern.
My little sister Jenny.
Yeah,
she's been trying to find you, man. You mean that my little sister Jenny really made it? Listen, you want to come with me right now, man? I'll take you to her.
God bless us all.
I tell you what. You give me a day to get my head straight, and I will come. Okay? Don't tell her that you've seen me yet. Okay. She was,
Even though we're all basically the same, we are all unique in the qualities.
she was the sweetest little kid.
Our own private property, so to speak.
It's been a long time since I left her there. Where? Oh, at the house where we were little. I ran from the misery of that house as soon as I was old enough to. I left there the day that they took her things away. What things?
But if you stick with it, and you take what
Kids think, you know, things that little kid collects. It's just a box of nonsense, but they were important things to her.
And eventually,
They belong to her.
good things, great things,
Like a treasure chest
that
full of
happen
inviolable
not
personal
despite
belongings of
what you did and the reaction you got, but because of
those
it.
things were hers. They
And
belonged to
then
her.
the mind, the intellect, looks at this and says, well, hold on a
She was a
second.
very ugly woman.
It might get
She
you
had a
into
fake
trouble, but
voice.
eventually it works out. And what happens then is your head and your heart, your knowing, your intuition come together. And the war stops. We become whole again, where mind serves consciousness instead of serving itself. And it's years and years, I say this honestly, since my intuition and my head have had a problem.
Her touch was just like
And it's an incredible feeling because it's like, when you start out, it's like, I feel to do this, you're not doing
She was clever at thinking of explanations.
And then after a while, when this sync takes place, it's like, I feel to do this, and the head goes, okay.
And Jenny became like a
And it's a totally different way of
wounded
interacting with the
animal,
world. The war
a stricken
stops.
animal.
And this
With
is
a great deal
open
of
to
pain,
all
she was
of
snatching
us.
at air.
But the first thing is what it is. It's to face the
When
situation
she
we're in,
grabbed
and then we
hold,
can
mine
do
was
something
like she
about it.
grabbed hold of it.
First
She was
thing,
grabbing on to
realize
save her
that up to
life.
this point,
She was actually
we have
grabbing
been
on
slaves thinking
as if
we
the
were
limb was
free.
totally
So the
disembodied
first
from her
stage is
bitch
to
enemy
acknowledge
up
that
above
when
her.
we do, we can do something about it because we're accepting what the situation is.
And it happened
The
to her.
second thing is to choose
Something
freedom
terrible
over
happened to
slavery.
her. She just didn't seem
Prepared
like a
to do
little
what is
girl.
necessary to
She
achieve that
seemed like a
freedom
dying
over
man who
slavery.
was trying to
And
run
when we
away
do
from
that,
its
we mean
pain.
it. There is a
As if the most
shift
terrible
in
thing
our
that could ever
energy.
happen to you
As that shift takes place,
had finally
what
made
this
itself clear to her.
magnetic attraction, the energy field is the human body is an expression vibrationally of our state of being, mentally, emotionally, like experience. And therefore, our state goes out as a vibration.
Started sliding out of her mouth in those, like she was trying to spew forth all of her hatred.
So when this shift takes place, because we said my intent, very powerful intent, is that I want freedom. And I want to end my life. I'm not going to be a slave anymore. I'll do what is necessary to understand who am I, where am I. Suddenly this energy field shift takes place and we start drawing in new people, places, locations, opportunities, etc. that are syncing with the new vibrational state as opposed to the old one. And at this point, and I experienced this big time in the public eye, we experience this shift as our lives falling apart. Partnerships may end, we may lose our job, we may change locations, we may, like me, undergo massive ridicule. But what if we understand what's happening? The old energy field, the old you, the old intent, the old awareness was pulling in the old life, and then when it shifts, it's pulling in a very different expression of the new vibration itself, and that transitional period when the shift takes place, the old life falls apart. But if you want to change your life, then the old life has to fall apart unless it serves the new one. So when we choose freedom, the transformation can be challenging. It's easier now because more and more people are going through it. We begin to understand the process. I felt like this so many times. I went to the top of a hill in the south of England, the west of England, one day, I didn't want to upset anybody. I went to the top of this hill in the middle of nowhere, and I screamed my frustration out. I know what this image means, and so many other people do. But it was the old life breaking down so the new one can take over. It's time to know thyself. Not thyself that we've been told we are, but thyself which we really are. This self. Everything from the beginning, my birth, my ancestors, my children, my wife, everything comes together simultaneously. I saw everything about me, about everyone who was around me. I saw everything they were thinking now, what they thought then, what was happening before, what was happening now. There is no time, there is no sequence of events, no such thing as limitation of distance or period of time and place. I could be anywhere I wanted to simultaneously. That's who we are, and that's what the control system has tried to keep from us.
I think Ekankara is really good in terms of the family atmosphere.
One of the greatest benefits of being under the tutelage of Sri Harold is that my family receives the same love and blessings as I do, or greater.
For us in our family, Ekankara has given us a great toolbox to use in our everyday life.
It's a very nice day.
Attending seminars is kind of like an oasis for me. I've been at Ekankara for over 14 years, and I didn't attend a major seminar until 4 years ago.
I just made a decision one day, called my sister and said, let's go to the majors. And we've made every major seminar since then, and it just sort of gives me a break in between all the craziness of life.
You ask the question,
and
it's a spiritual boost.
And it
then you tell me
centers me just throughout the year.
Your sickness is real.
I don't
Very
know why
real.
I waited so long. It was a completely different experience from what I thought.
And I'm just going to enjoy myself, go to the
Tell me
temple,
what you think.
walk the trails.
Sigmund Freud.
We're here to see the Mahanta.
Sigmund.
That's
You
probably
know what that
the
means?
best treat is being able to hear Sir
Powerful
Harold.
man.
I have the benefit
That's what he
of
died
his
of, you
spiritual
know,
experience,
cancer of the mouth.
benefit of this contact with spirit, so that I don't have to necessarily go through the long process
Do you know
of
why you're
trial
here?
and error, trial and error, trial and error.
Clumsiness
When
is
I
at the
come
top
to
of the
seminar,
list. And then we have lazy,
there's the chance to
self-centered,
share those
tactless,
experiences
mean,
and lost experiences
obstinate,
with the rest of, I guess,
imaginary
I went
pain,
through the
fake
same thing. I'm
dizziness.
not the only one that went through this whole thing that I
Also
might have been
in
holding
the-
on to the whole year,
Why
thinking,
do
oh,
we-
it's just me.
The first time I
I
saw
don't
Sri
know if
Harold,
we
the
can
living
agree on
ex-master,
it, but,
speak, it was...
If that's true, we have a lot of work
It was
to do.
quite a remarkable experience. He actually
Oh,
walked
it's the
out
same.
while everybody was hewing.
They want to make me
and
friendly,
I had
fill
my
me with
eyes
happy
open. I wasn't
lies,
hewing.
take
I
away
was
my
just sort of looking
symptoms, send
around.
me home.
He stepped in and he sat down and he looked straight at
And
me.
what will I have left?
And I freaked out.
I don't want you to do anything against your will, or give up anything until you're ready. But I have a feeling we can work together. Would you like to try? No. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I asked too soon. So, tell me something about your life before today. Hasn't my mother told you? Yeah, she told me what she knows, but not what you know. For instance, the tumor. She knows as little about that as I know about you. What do you know about me? You read detective stories. That's true. I like that. You see, the urethra is a tube with a very delicate membrane. It extends from the bladder to the outside of the body. I know. You know, but you can't imagine the pain. How old were you? 5. The doctors all shook their heads over it. They wheeled me in the operating room, and when I asked them where I was, they said dreamland. And I asked them, why do you keep telling me such horrible lies? And this one doctor said, we're going to fix your doll up real fine. This won't hurt a bit, honey. And it felt like they were going to murder me. Dreamland. I could tell them all something about Dreamland. Stupid idiots. Will they never learn not to lie to children? No, they'll never learn. What did your mother and father say? My father brought me there without even consulting me, like I was this object to be taken apart, scrubbed and cleaned, and put back together again. Anyway, I never lost that temper. Do you believe that that tumor could be punishment? Peru punishes us all.
Sexually potent, is that you? Is it you who is afraid of potence, of sex as well as of mind? Is it you who is frightened of discipline, the capacity for cooperation? You wants to be the exception of what?
Most observers believed Chikatilo's behavior in the courtroom was an act, an effort to gain sympathy. If found criminally insane, Chikatilo could be placed in a psychiatric hospital. If judged sane, however, he faced execution. In Russia, that meant a single bullet to the back of the head.
The definition of sanity and insanity from the legal point of view, which is an international definition and was used in the Soviet Union, was can the person in question tell the difference between right and wrong?
You don't even know what it means.
The trial would continue for 6 months. Throughout, Chikatilo presented himself as a wretched victim of nature's indifference and a gruesome metaphor for Russia's 70-year failed social experiment.
When he was defending himself, he blamed Stalin, he blamed his parents, he blamed the cannibalism of the famine, he blamed the Communist Party, and he even blamed his own blood type.
Prosecutors would argue that Andrei Chikatilo was in fact the most calculating, diabolical killer of all time.
His crimes were sickening, but I don't think he was sick in the psychiatric or legal sense. Certainly not insane. He was more bad than he was mad, and he was certainly very crafty, but he wasn't crazy.
October 14, 1992 would signify the day of reckoning for serial murderer Andrei Chikatilo.
He's not a judge. He's and poisoning the drinking water. Come on, Bill, you got some clown up there saying what you want him to say. You think we're manipulating? Well, we're not. Believe us. On the air. If you don't mind. I do mind. Will you please stop? We'll go dark. In like manner, spiritual darkness will settle over the world. Trumpet number 5 unleashes a plague of smoke. In a sense, you see, for the past several months, experiments. What a frightful creatures will be involved. Electronic body of a horse, human face, crown on the head, long hair, and lion's teeth. And wings that sound like thundering horses rushing into battle. The camera takes a picture. The picture is transmitted to a receiver where an electron gun activates the matrix of phosphor dots. It just leaves you in a state of torment. Now what we've done is devise a way only those sealed by God will be exempt. It's an intense, horrible torment. Death will be preferable, but not
in effect,
possible.
Creating a picture of
Trumpet number six consists of 200 million horses and horsemen, loose to destroy
You're telling me that those two actors up there are some kind of
horses? There were that many
computer simulations?
No, not entirely. We hired 2 actors, made tapes of their appearances, their mannerisms, logged their voice prints, arranged for psychiatric profiles. Then we fed the data to a computer. The computer then generates the images that you're looking at.
And that's what they were doing to me when I was in the hospital. Unbelievable. Take the face, the voice, the soul. It's monstrous.
So it is. It's ratings. And ratings are our business. A very good business.
You're crazy, Bill. This job is on your head, I swear.
No, I'm not. This, we don't have to build sets, shoot operators, make cameramen, electrician, captain. We create everything inside this matrix box.
There's something wrong. Now, Arthur Desmond would never agree to this.
Arthur Desmond is dying.
Oh, come on!
It's true!
And he jumped at the other. Do you have any idea, Gregory, where Arthur Desmond is right now? He's sailing around the West Indies in a 40-foot yacht. Freedom! That's what the Matrix Box went for. Under much better conditions. You can do the same thing.
A penny for our souls.
Much more than a penny, Gregory. And you can keep your soul. All we want is your externals.
No.
You're upset. I bid you an awful lot of this.
I will say it one more time. No. A machine cannot replace me. Your experimental system won't work.
It's no longer experimental. It's perfected.
Baloney. You want proof?
What's your favorite poet?
My what?
Favorite poet?
Mary had a little lamb. Anything else? My shoe size, 10C. My waist, 34. Used to be 32.
This is Bellamy. Punching code AB 454-5. Mary had a little lamb.
Mary had a little lamb. This place is white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, her lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rules. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb in school. So the teacher turned him out. But still he lingered there and waited patiently about till Mary disappeared. And then he ran to her and laid his head upon her arms. He said, "You'll keep me from that. What makes the lamb love you?" He said, "The heat of your mind." Oh.
Greg, listen.
No!
Listen,
Hey,
Greg,
old buddy,
wait
what are you running away from? Nobody's after you. Greg, I know this is not going to be easy to digest, but we should talk it out. I just want to talk to you, that's all. Just talk. That's not going to do any good. It's independently controlled. They rigged it while you were in the hospital. That won't work either. Oh, that's a smart move, old buddy. Run away. You have a real talent for turning into jelly when things get sticky. What the hell do you know about it? What do I know? I'm you, remember? I know everything that's going on in that feverish little brain of yours. Oh, now don't look so appalled. It's just technology. It's like the cameras and the satellite feed.
Boy Cook,
this whole business.
young impressive fighter, fights.
I thought it was supposed to be
he's out of
more.
Ajax, but he's fought 10 times.
You mean the truth? Conway, when are you going to wake up? You live in a country where only 8% of the population reads books. You live in a country that's certifiably illiterate. They don't want to think. They want fast answers, easy solution. And that's what the box gives them. What am I supposed to do? Sell out? I am not going to sell out. Oh, you sold out a long time ago. You may see yourself as some kind of Edward R. Murrow. They hired you because you looked good, you sounded good. And if you died tomorrow, they would just hire another hairspray jockey and replace you, just like that. That's not true. Now, you're a lawyer. I can't lie. Not to you, because I am you. Don't you understand? And I'm not telling you anything you haven't said to yourself. You sold out the minute you signed your first $50,000 contract. You sold out for power, for money, and for their promise of respect and notoriety. And in exchange, they put you in a box. Whatever happened to you? The novel you were going to write, all those places you were going to see. What happened to your marriage? I've still got time. You have been saying that for years. And I'm going to tell you the truth. It is not going to happen. You are not going to write the novel. You're not going to see Paris. You're not going to see Rome. And you're not going to see Greece. You have been burrowing around in the ghettos and the back rooms of Washington for 20 years, searching for some vision of the truth.
Have you got a date this weekend?
And you're going to die without ever having found
that's what you need, you know.
Oh, no, please. You're going to keep running and working and
give
drinking.
It a try. I mean, what have you got to lose?
You're going to say, oh, I'm near the beginning and I am the end. And there's going to be another stroke. And that will be it. There will be no Paris, no Rome, no Greece, no... No, look, I'll find a way. I'll make the time. I mean, there's got to be a way. That's right. There is a way. Me. You can go away. You can travel. You can write your book, make love, see all those wonderful places, do anything you want. And I'll stay right here behind in this box doing your work for you. Now, isn't that something you've always dreamed about all your life?
Well, baby, all I got was $5.
Well, isn't it?
Donna, how many times have you done this to me?
Yes.
Right? Don't we have a thing going?
Yes, we do.
Daddy! Hi, Daddy!
Hi, baby. How are you? How's school?
Fine. Give me a kiss.
Okay, Donna. I'm going to do it for you this one time for $5.
Lolita!
I want you to do me a favor in return.
What's the matter, Mommy?
Greg, I'll do anything for you.
That's okay, Lolita. Your mother's just tired.
Tired? Do you realize what your daughter just did?
Cindy. Oh, Cindy, listen. Your father and I are going away.
Sweetheart!
Final
we'll
years
talk
of
about it
St.
later.
Germain's
Yeah,
known
right,
life
Will.
was spent in Hesse-Kassel, Germany.
Done your homework?
He divided his time
Promise you
between
were gonna
experiments
play
in
with
alchemy
me.
and
Play
meetings
after you
of
finish
secret
your homework,
society.
all right?
No.
Few people knew
No,
St.
darling.
Germain as well as Prince Charles,
Oh.
his last known confidant and
Sweetheart,
benefactor.
please!
In 1784, word spread across Europe that St. Germain lay mortally ill in the castle of Prince Charles.
Honey, don't be so upset.
I can't help it, Frank. She's our little girl.
In fact, he spent his last years.
When I'm 30, I'd say. There was no excuse what happened.
He confided
No
in
excuse. I'm sorry. I cannot accept what
He
he
was the third
did.
son of
Tell me
Prince
not to
Francis
get
of the
upset.
Epilepsy of
Give me a
Transylvania.
cigarette, would you please? Stop the cigarette.
When
Just give
the
me a drink.
Austro-Hungarian Empire absorbed his enormous estates,
Asshole.
he spirited his
No
third
man
son away
kisses
to
another
Italy,
woman the way you did,
where he was
regardless
looked
if
after
it's
and
his
brought
daughter
up
or not.
by the
And I know
Medici
what he's
family
fucking doing.
and
Honey,
attended the University
my
of
daughter,
Siena.
our kid.
Our
This, of
daughter.
course,
Our
was
Sexual
baby.
connotation involved.
Who the hell are you trying to
charming,
snow?
demean, his aristocratic bearing,
The beach
his
party,
wealth,
the
and his
drive-in
great
movies,
knowledge.
the boyfriends, the bands, and so much. What the
Unfortunately,
hell are we
he died
gonna do?
in
Listen to
his
me.
castle.
When the time
Did Prince
comes,
Charles
we'll
attend
both
the
sit
funeral?
down, we'll discuss it, we'll talk to her. Believe me.
I didn't.
I realize
I was
that
away at
we
the
have to
time.
do things together. I just didn't think it was gonna happen so fast. I mean,
There are no
God.
records
All right.
of St. Germain's
Relax.
burial. 10 years later, he was sighted in Paris
I know,
at the height
I-
of the French Revolution.
I can't help it, Frank.
Sightings
All right.
continued well into the 19th century, and for some, continue today.
I know what you're saying
Elizabeth
is
Clare
right.
Prophet, leader of the Church
Maybe I'm
Universal
wrong, I
and
don't
Triumphant
know.
in Pasadena, California,
Relax, honey.
believes that St. Germain
Things will
speaks
work
to the
out.
world through her.
Who was Saint Germain is really a very important question.
for America and for freedom.
Always so loving and kind and understanding.
Saint Germain has embodied again and again over many centuries, as we all have.
I love you.
Our souls continue to evolve into experience on earth until we perfect our own individual calling. Back in the days of Atlantis, Saint Germain figures
Let's go
as a priest
get a bottle of
after
champagne and take a jacuzzi
he
together.
was tending the flame of freedom
So I was
in
right
the
here.
ancient temple.
Here?
Word came to
This is
him
our
from
place.
his teacher
No,
that
let's go take a jacuzzi.
the continent would
No,
sink.
please.
You're always
And
trying
he
to
was
hide
told
things.
to
I'm not
travel
hiding anything.
Why put things behind
by
closed
ship
doors?
to go to Europe in what
She's
is now
not
the
here.
area of
She's not
Transylvania,
going to walk in on
the
us.
Transylvanian foothills, to plant the flame of freedom. Transylvania was in Hungary and is now in Romania. Saint Germain did. The placing of that flame of freedom there was the beginning of the House of Rakazi, the Royal House of Hungary.
According to Mrs. Prophet, this is just the beginning of a series of fantastic lives.
Mrs. Carswell.
Something's here. Can't you feel it?
Elizabeth Clare Prophet believes that Saint Germain has appeared on Earth at key moments in history.
After the ascension of Jesus Christ, Joseph of Arimathea traveled by ship.
He's a red Indian chief from an obscure part of your country, Professor.
Used at the Last Supper. That cup became the spiritual force field for the Knights of the Round Table, the coming of Arthur. In that episode, Saint Germain incarnated as Merlin the magician. Again the alchemist, again the great prophet and seer, the spiritual power behind the throne. He gives the vision to Camelot. And so that focus in England begins the opportunity for Saint Germain to bring the teachings of Christ to the new world. And so he incarnates as none other than Christopher Columbus.
Will you hear
the master Saint Germain arrived at the New World at San Salvador, very near the ancient retreat of Atlantis, which had sunk when Atlantis went down 12,000 years earlier. Saint Germain then ascended, and he went forth as the immortal, very closely connected with the courts of Europe. A book has been written about him based on the diaries of Madame d'Adhémar. And this book contains the record of the Wonder Man of Europe as he appeared and disappeared throughout the courts of Europe over a period continuously over 200 years. He astonished those around him. He appeared youthful. He wore diamonds on every finger.
Joanna.
He precipitated rules, but his main mission was to warn the state of the coming cataclysm that ensued in the French Revolution. All that he predicted came to pass. Still having the desire to form a United States of Europe, he contacted Napoleon
Tell Holden.
to form that unity.
He can't
Power
fight it.
transferred to Napoleon.
It's too strong.
Napoleon misused.
He means was give up
Went
the investigation.
power mad, and instead he met his
Carswell has the key.
Dr. Peter Ryle,
He's translated the old book.
UCLA, holds a different
The answer is there. No. Look. It's in the trees. It's coming. The demon! It's coming! No!
That does it.